Today on Barlow BBQ, we're taking a recipe from this book, the All American Cowboy Cookbook. It's filled with hundreds of recipes from the world's greatest cowboys.
And you know what I think about the world's greatest cowboy? You know who I think about?
Who's that?
The late, great Burt Reynolds.
Of course.
So in tribute to Burt, we're going to use his recipe for marinated steak.
Y'all stick around. It's going to be a good one.
The first thing we're going to do is make that marinade. These are our ingredients. We're going to start with half a cup of soy sauce, a tablespoon of lemon juice, half a teaspoon of Worcestershire sauce, a clove of crushed garlic, and a teaspoon of sugar, a dash of ginger, a dash of hot sauce. We're using this Red Devil cayenne pepper sauce. We'll give it a little bit of dash, extra dash. And 2 tablespoons of your best brandy or bourbon, of which we have neither, but we do have this Irish whiskey that was aged in bourbon barrels, so we decided it's close enough. 1, 2, oh, and just a little bit for us. 1 and 2. Here's to Burt.
Here's the Burt, and cheers to y'all.
Yep.
All right, let's get that marinade on the steak. We'll show you what we got. We're using a New York strip steak today, and Burt says to trim off any excess fat and also to score the remaining fat that's right against the steak there. So that's what I've done. Let's get this in the marinade. All right, now we're gonna let this sit in the marinade for a couple hours until it's time to cook. See y'all soon. All right, the steaks have been marinating for a couple hours, and you know, I'm getting hungry, so I think it's time to start cooking. Now, according to the recipe, Burt likes to cook his steaks direct over high heat. So who are we to second guess Mr. Reynolds? That's exactly what we're gonna do. I've got a charcoal chimney right here filled about 3/4 of the way with charcoal. That'll give us plenty of heat to sear with. Once those are ready, I'm adding that to the Slow N Sear from Adrenaline Barbecue Company. But if you've got a couple Weber charcoal baskets, those will work just fine as well. All right, the grill is fired up. Looking at the recipe, Burt says to sear the first side of the steak for 3 to 5 minutes, then flip it and cook it on medium to low heat until it's reached your desired doneness. We here at Barlow BBQ like our steaks medium rare. So we're going to shoot for about 140 degrees internal temp. Let's get to searing. All right, we're going to let this go for, let's check it, about 3 minutes. This has been searing for 3 minutes. Let's check it out, see how it looks. Whoops. It's burnt, y'all. Thanks, Burt. All right, here's what it looks like, y'all. It looks a little crispy. That's one hell of a sear right there. But we're going to keep going with this. So what we're going to do, I did take the temperature and it was showing about 70 degrees. So I'm going to just cook this according to the recipe. Now it says to cook it over medium to low heat. So I'm just going to set it on the side here. We'll get the lid on. And we'll let this cook in direct for a few minutes. Let's check it in about 5 minutes, see where it's at. Stick around.
It's been cooking for 5 minutes. Matthew's going to check the temperature of the steak. Whew, that's a man sear.
Yeah. Let's see what we're looking at here. We're getting there. 120, 121.
I still have high hopes for the steak.
I do too. I'm not giving up on it yet. thinking we should give this about another 5 to 10 minutes. We're only cooking it to 140 degrees, so I definitely don't want to overcook this steak given its current condition. All right, we'll see you soon. All right, it's been about 10 minutes. Let's check out that steak.
I personally think that steak looks delicious.
Hey, you know what? It looks pretty burnt to me.
Haha.
All right, let's get the temperature here. It's showing 131. We're real close. That's at 141 just off camera there. Try another spot. Almost there. We're 133. We're real close. Just going to give this a couple more minutes. All right, folks, I think we've done it. Total cook time on indirect has been about 25 minutes. Let's check out the temp. All right, we're showing 139, 140, 141, 148 over there. All right, Burt's steak is done. Fresh off the dang grill, y'all. Let's slice into this. Let's see how Burt did. Okay, we got a little bit of pink left in there. Let's see. Yeah, that's looking pretty medium well to me. But no matter. We're still going to give this a try. All right, you ready to give this a try?
Boy, am I ever.
All right, here we go.
Thanks, Burt.
Thanks, Burt. I'll give that a good thumbs up.
Yeah, that's
try it.
pretty great.
Let's try another bite.
Another piece.
All right, we got bite number 2.
Just to be sure.
Just to be sure.
I like that manly sear.
That sear is really good. I'm not used to that kind of like burnt outer edge, but I'll call it a crust, and it was really good. The steak is really tender, maybe a little overcooked for our liking, but it still is delicious.
That could be our fault.
And what do you think about that marinade?
I like it a lot.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing was excellent.
Yeah, I
Way
definitely
to go,
get some of
Burt.
the.
Thanks.
I get the soy sauce and definitely some of that bourbon coming through.
Yep.
Well, in our case, it was Irish whiskey. But hey, this steak was a lot of fun to make. I hope you guys enjoyed it too. Give it a try for yourself. We'll have a link down below for the recipe and the cookbook we used down below in the description box. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us today. We love you. We're going to give this steak 4 thumbs up.
4 thumbs up.
Yeah. So we want to say special thanks to Burt Reynolds for providing this recipe. We hope you give it a try. And we're going to say until next time, smoke 'em if you got 'em.
That's right.
Thank you, Burt.